Hey guys, it's me, the Pharaoh MGTOW. I know it's been a minute. Just been busy with life and doing some travels here and there. See what life has to offer me. But anyway, this isn't about what I've been doing. So I thought I would talk for maybe a few minutes, give or take how long it takes for me to say a few things on my mind. And to be honest, I took a little break from MGTOW for a while just to I really don't know why I did that, but I just did it to loosen up my mind a little bit and not be constrained too much with hatred. And when I was on this little trip or for a while, I couldn't help but notice things around the world and advertisements and all kinds of things, and all of this started brewing up the MGTOW mind in me again. And so, and when I came back, there was a luxury of MGTOW videos, good content, and all that. But let's see. One thing that really caught my attention a while back is when I was talking to my father. He was telling me that because I have a lot of siblings. He was telling me that whenever any of my siblings decide to make a life-changing choice, they always come to him and not my mother. And that really makes a lot of sense. That really hits home with me because I wouldn't have had the courage to travel if it wasn't for my father encouraging me. And for a while, I used to live with my mother, and I was just there. And here in my father, he's putting me through some trials every now and then. And sometimes I fail, sometimes I pass, but it's not really like he's actually putting me through like physical trials and all that stuff. It's just things I go through, and because with my father, I learned how to cook, I learned how to clean, became a better artist and a better writer too. And it just stuck with me. And then it also reminded me of a story I used to read as a child. I don't remember the name of it, but it was a very colorful book about this boy who looks for his father. And then I guess I think his father was like a sun god or something, and like the sun god who was his father put him through three trials of fire. I think it was fire, yeah. And when the sun was triumphant over all three, he became a man. He was no longer a boy. And that's what rang in my ears. That story rang to my ears when my father told me that about how my siblings progress in life through him. I think deep down we know as we're young that we know if we want to know how life really is, we go through our fathers. And I think that could be why a lot of people my age and younger or any other time fail in our generations is because we're kicking the father out of the household and leaving the raising and the responsibility on the mother. And the mothers really they're good. They can handle you when you're like 5, when you're a toddler, but they can't handle a grown man. Like when a boy is coming of age, he needs his father. There's no doubt about it. And that was one thing I wanted to tell you. Like I'm sure most of you MGTOWs out there who are fathers can understand that. Yeah, that's what fathers do. They want to put their kids. They want to teach their kids how to be better people, how to live, how to experience. Because the fathers know the grit of life, while the mothers, when they were young, I'm sure they were just like, always told they were beautiful and they were just cherished for just being alive. While us men, we had to go through fires just to become men. We gone through a lot of torment, more than women. So that was one thing, and another thing that strikes me that kind of bothered me a little is I can't really get into movies all that well. I think the last movie I saw was that Batman versus Superman movie, and I thought it sucked. But that's just my opinion. If you're a comic book fan, didn't mean to disappoint you with my opinion, but again, that's just my opinion. I just thought it was boring, but one thing that's getting really rather annoying is this isn't about the movie anymore, but this is about most movies nowadays. I can't, and not only movies but video games, is that they're always shoving a strong female lead down our throats, you know. And that is so annoying, Like I was talking to a friend a while ago, and he said, it hits at a certain string with men when they see a strong female lead character saving everyone and beating up a guy who's over 100 pounds, who has 100 pounds over her. It's like deep down we know, no, that girl will get wrecked. She'll get beat up. She'll get thrashed. She'll get broken bones, broken jaw. She'll just be a mess if she tries to go up against a guy who has 100 pounds on her. It's just not. It's not possible. Well, if she had a gun, maybe. But you know what I mean. They always make these strong female leads beat up a bunch of guys, and then they're the heroes, and it's like, come on, let's be real here. Let's be real, son. It's just not. Ugh. It's just rather annoying, and I'm sure many of you MGTOWs have covered this issue with us, but it's just rather annoying. And then not only that, just one more thing I wanted to point out, obviously, that maybe you guys would have noticed, but I was checking out a trailer for Uncharted 4. I mean, I'm a pretty good fan of that series, not bad. But one thing that turned me off to buying the fourth one was the fact that I think one of the main bosses you have to fight is a woman, and she's a skinny woman, and she's like the main boss, and she can kick I think Nathan Drake's butt. She from what I heard, she beats him up, and it's like this girl is like literally 100 pounds less than Nathan Drake. I mean, Nathan Drake has fought mercenaries, he's fought bad guys fully armored, to the teeth, and he's fought in super genetic guardians, who were mutated by sap that made him 3 times stronger than normal men. And you're telling me this little girl, or this young woman, is beating up that guy? I call bullshit. I just call bullshit completely. There's just a lot of things that have been bothering me about all this, with the whole female thing, is, female superiority. It's like, no, sometimes a female can show me what's right and wrong, but most of the time I don't find their knowledge to be all that great. And when I have a conversation with women, it's very superficial. I noticed that too because while I was on my break, I would talk to certain women. And women really only find a conversation interesting is if you talk about them. And you know what? With this whole manipulation of female superiority in today's society, it's changing a lot of guys into female behaviors and female traits. Because when I talk to guys, I feel like I'm talking to a chick. And I'm thinking deep down, dude, you're a dude. Come on, so be a dude, Talk to me like a man. Be straight with me. Don't try to be all weird and cutesy, you freaking weirdo. It's just weird. It's sometimes it's kind of scary. I don't know where this world is going, but I'm not so sure I want to be a part of how this society is. It feels like it's crumbling. And, lately my sisters have been trying to uh, shame me into being into a relationship with a woman. They always tell me, "Why don't you find a girlfriend and have kids?" And I always tell them. I try to explain to them. This is while I was on my break of MGTOW. I try to explain to them, like it's to be in a marriage is financial suicide, and especially with children. How society makes children so expensive. It's not even worth it to have a child in this country anymore. But I should have remembered the lessons I learned in MGTOW is that you never argue with a woman because no matter what, she's right. I'm not saying that she's actually right about the topic, but in her mind, she's right. So whatever she says has to be right. That's how women are brought up these days. I'm right. I'm always right. Because they're always cherished. They're cherished and adored for just being alive. While us boys, once we hit 5 or 6, thrown out to the side for our own benefits. Since I see mothers do that once the kid hits like a certain age when when the boy starts becoming more aware, is when they stop caring about his well-being and they care more about themselves. I mean, just a little history. When I was like 7 or 8, I was really ignored because I had 3 older sisters who were always causing drama, getting the attention of my parents, and I was always and just imagine that a 7 to 8-year-old boy, just going around town, walking alone, walking even in the dark sometimes, and like coming home late, and like I would like cross into rivers, by myself, sometimes with friends, but just with myself most of the time, because I had no one to talk to. Can you imagine that? That's how my childhood was, kind of, mostly alone. Sometimes. But anyway, it's not about me. But I just wanted to talk about this whole female lead thing. I just find it ridiculous, and I find it rather annoying that people are falling prey to this. They're falling for this. They're getting duped into thinking that this is actually possible for a woman to be able to beat up a grown man. I can't stand this. I wish people would draw art. And maybe I might do this. I might put a picture up sometime where I'll show like a female character trying to beat up a grown man, but she'll be on the floor, a bloody mess, with a grown man with clenching his fist at her face while she's on the floor with broken nose, and just shattered completely. Her spirit's shattered. I mean, I don't hate women, but you know what? They need to understand that, there's a reason why men have more muscle mass than them. They just need to realize that. So, that's really all I can throw out there. I don't know if any of this was beneficial for your listening, but if you did listen, thank you for listening, man. Like, if, it's, I really appreciate those who listen. It's not bad. I mean, if you guys want, you can comment on the video. I mean, I'm all ears. And lately I've been having a lot of free time, so yeah, I won't be shy to answer on your comments. So, alright, MGTOWs, you just prepare yourselves and saddle up for whatever comes our way. Signing off, boys. Take her easy.